From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Cascade Paint & Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Happy Friday evening to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger. So glad you could join us here. The weekend is here. It was a gorgeous day, right, for most of us. Now, any rain we do see is going to hold off until mainly tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Although there's a weak disturbance we got to watch here for tonight, but mainly dry through Saturday morning, through at least midday Saturday for most of us. Now, off and on weekend rain. It could continue to Monday. We'll talk about that in more detail in a bit. And snow levels will be fairly high, probably above 6,000 feet. And the spring-like temperatures we've been talking about, those will eventually get here. It's still going to take a little while. We got to get to the middle of next week before that actually happens. All right, let's take a look at your Krueger's Quickcast for your Friday, February 21st. We're going to be looking at some fairly cool temperatures in some areas here, especially in the higher elevations, but really not that bad in the valley. Low to mid 40s. 30s for many of the higher elevations, and looks like in the low to mid 40s along the coast. Now, out the door tomorrow morning, maybe you got plans for a hike or something, you'll be dry. It'll be a little chilly. You may need that light jacket, but you won't need a waterproof jacket because the rain is going to hold off until tomorrow afternoon. All of this is what's heading our way over the weekend. This is what's going to bring us the rain. The timing of that will determine whether or not you get wet during your outdoor activity here. All right, so this evening is that weak disturbance as I mentioned. You see it may pass through, give us a sprinkle or two for the coast, maybe a sprinkle or two for Siskiyou County, maybe even for the rest of us here through the overnight hours. Take you into Saturday morning, it's fairly dry. Some clouds out there, but overall it's a dry first half of your day. By midday, still dry. So if you have any outdoor plans, you're good, you're fine. It's the afternoon that we start to see that rain around mid-afternoon for the coast. Everyone else still dry. So even mid-afternoon, you're fine. All right, now by the late afternoon, early evening, it's the valley, Siskiyou County westward that's wet. Everyone else really not seeing much in the way of rain. Let's take you into Saturday, into early Sunday morning. Most of the rain is to the north and west, and we'll explain that in more detail, that is, in your deeper dive forecast here in just a bit. But let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast for tomorrow. Again, you can see, we'll call it increasing clouds, partly to mostly cloudy skies, but that rain kicks in by mid to late afternoon as you start heading west of the valley. But by the late afternoon, early evening, the valley and everyone else seeing some of that rain as well. Again, we'll go over the timing of this rain, but chances for rain, even in the valley, for Saturday afternoon through Monday, and then we dry things out after that and warm it up as well. The coast, chances for rain for the next 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's the case for the inland areas. That's the case for Trinity County. That's the case for Siskiyou, Modoc County, and even the Eastern Mountains. But honestly, Alturas and Susanville, you're going to have to wait until probably Saturday night before you really start seeing anything significant as far as rain is concerned. All right, that's a look at Krueger's Quickcast. What do you say we talk about real quickly the free Weather NorCal app? If you want to stay on top of the weather, you got to do it with the free Weather NorCal app because you can always watch my latest video forecast. You can check the radar, neighborhood forecast. Everything that Weather NorCal has to offer is right here from the free Weather NorCal app. Just go to your app store, search for Weather NorCal, look for that logo, click install, and you'll be rocking and rolling with that Weather NorCal app. All right, so this is the atmospheric river. This is the forecast with it. You can see right here, there's that warm subtropical air. It's going to be aiming right at Northern California. Now, see what's happening? See a little break off. This is more moist air than the portions in yellow. So this little burst of moisture is going to hit the North Coast in particular by Saturday evening. Okay, but you can see how it kind of spreads north and south. Now, the positioning of this atmospheric river will determine who sees the most amount of rainfall and who doesn't. Because a lot of times you get a cutoff on either side of that narrow band of moisture of where it's raining and where it's not raining. Okay, so I think the heaviest rainfall, because of the positioning on the forecast positioning of this atmospheric river, will be for Del Norte County northward. Less rainfall for everyone else. Okay, but then you've got an area of low pressure that's going to kind of come through. We'll see this eventually push to the south through the day on Monday. So another round of light showers on Monday. Nothing significant on Monday. Then after that, no more influence of atmospheric rivers. They all stay off to our west as high pressure will be the dominant feature here for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday of next week. So we talk about the strength. How long is that atmospheric river going to be around? How strong is it? How much moisture is there? We're going to be in a category 1, folks. This is very weak. This is nothing to get excited about as far as anything beyond that, because you start getting in the green and yellow, atmospheric river 2 or 3, you start talking about the potential for flooding, and it can usually happen, but it gets even worse by the time you get into 4 and 5. We're way down here. And in fact, it gets weaker after tomorrow, right? It starts to get weaker and weaker going into Monday. So again, the best and the heaviest rainfall, I think, even for the North Coast, will be through the day on early Saturday night and into early Sunday as well. All right, here's a look at Futurecast. Let's get you through the timing at least through Sunday evening. Here we are today. This right here, all right, now we're starting to see that weak disturbance pass on through. We saw that a little bit earlier. We start off with dry conditions on your Saturday. Midday, we're dry for everyone, so go on that hike. You'll be just fine. By Saturday mid-afternoon, there's the coast. By Saturday evening, Valley, Siskiyou County, westward wet. Not as wet, but maybe some light showers for Modoc County and the eastern mountains. Here we are Saturday night. You see this little push of moisture heading eastward. So Saturday night, we've got the better chance for some of that rain from Modoc County, eastern mountains. But look where that atmospheric river is pointed at this point, right? This is where we're going to see the heaviest rainfall. Now, we'll still see some activity here for parts of the valley here Saturday night, early Sunday morning. But this is the main band of moisture aimed right at Delaware County and a little bit north of that as well into southern Oregon. We're still seeing some of those showers Sunday morning, but the models want to push most of the energy to our north, so we'll probably see less rainfall. I still think there may still be a chance for some light showers here through the day on Sunday south of this main band of moisture, but I do expect that most of the rain for the valley and pretty much everyone else will be in the morning hours on Sunday, slimmer chances by the afternoon, rain all day for Delaware, northern Humboldt County, and western Siskiyou County as well, as that's where that atmospheric river will be pointed, okay? And then we go into Monday, that all shifts southward, and everyone's got yet another chance for rain as we go through the day on Monday. However, Monday's rain is going to be very insignificant, all right? So that's what we've got going on. Now, there's going to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday of next week, high pressure is that dominant feature. Got to watch this low pressure system here. Looks to stay to our south, but it really won't bring us any rain, just some clouds. So that's the big ridge of high pressure that will be in place, keeping us dry and keeping our temperatures above normal. All right, so how much rain can we expect? Well, the big bullseye is over Delaware County, and as you start heading south and east of that, less as to be expected. I'd say about 1/10 of an inch of rainfall on average, give or take, for the valley. Some may see a little bit more than that. Others maybe a little bit less, and even less heading off to the east. For fun, we'll show you where the snow is going to be, but you have to go above 6,000 feet before you start seeing anything significant. There's the peak of Mount Shasta. There's Lassen Peak. There you can see the Marble Mountains and the Trinity Alps, and of course a little bit over the Warner Mountains. That's through Sunday. So, your road conditions will just be wet, but not snowy. All right, so there you can see we got drier than normal conditions here after this rain passes. Warmer than normal conditions. Looking at the 10-day trend, yes, there are those 70s we're talking about, probably holding off until the middle of next week, maybe as early as next Tuesday for some of us in the valley. The winds, not so much of a factor for the valley here, but through the day on Saturday, the winds are picking up for the coast, some of the higher elevations, a little breezy for the valley, but really where you'll notice the winds in the valley will be Sunday afternoon, a bit of a south wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour, and maybe a gust over 20. But otherwise, the strongest winds will be on the coast and many of those higher mountain peaks. All right, so here's a look at your wave heights. They are going to be a little bit higher. In fact, there's a small craft advisory here for this evening and even going into tomorrow. And it looks like as we go into your Sunday, those wave heights are not looking to improve a whole lot. So there's going to be some dangerous conditions out there, and probably not a good idea to be on those small boats if you don't need to be. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s here tonight for the valley, 20s and 30s for the higher elevations, and I do expect those low to mid 40s for those of you along the coast. Here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Those temperatures are going to be the upper 50s to around 60 for your daytime high on Saturday. And of course, we talked about the timing of when that rain will be here, so we really won't go into that detail here on looking at the 7-day outlook. But just kind of give you that reference there that everyone will be dry, completely dry, by Tuesday. Temperatures upper 50s to low 60s along the coast, those low 60s for your Saturday for the inland areas. And for Siskiyou County, temperatures mainly in the 50s, about 51 degrees for Weed, 55 for Dunsmuir, and Doris a high of about 50 degrees. And your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, we've got those temperatures mainly in the low 50s for your daytime highs, so still fairly mild, despite the fact that we do have that chance for rain in there. But of course, those snow levels are high, right? They're 6,000 feet and higher. 50s and even some 60s for your daytime highs for some of the eastern mountains. Your valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamut Painting. I mean, it's still going to be pretty warm, again, despite the added sunshine. So we're talking, despite the added cloud cover, that is. So we're talking some upper 60s. Chico, I think you'll see some showers by late in the afternoon, early evening on Saturday, otherwise dry through most of the day. Sunday, a chance for showers, especially in the morning. Monday, maybe a chance for a light shower here and there through the day. And then we dry things out and warm up by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday. Here's your valley neighborhood forecast to the north. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s here. 62 degrees for Lakehead as well as Whiskeytown and 67 degrees in Anderson. There's a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. Of course, you've got those showers by late in the afternoon, early evening. On Saturday, dry for the first half of the day. Sunday, you got a chance for showers, especially in the morning. Slimmer chances by the afternoon. And on Monday, maybe a chance for showers late in the day. Otherwise dry and warmer for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It looks like back in the 70s by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That is your evening update. Have yourselves a great night and a great weekend.
Caltrans is doing the best that they can with the amount of people and the amount of equipment they have, and they're out there trying to keep the roads safe and trying to keep everybody running, because if the roads shut down, truck drivers that are paid by the miles aren't making any money. So we want everybody to put chains on for the safety of themselves and the safety of the public. It's not worth it to drive without chains.